What's up? What's up? Happy Wednesday for me. Hope it's a happy Wednesday for you. Thanks for listening and downloading and tuning in to my podcast, Clarence Sports Talkative Jones. Feel free, follow me on Twitter @ Clarence Jones. I'll follow you back. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Clarence Jones Sports Media. Clarence Jones Sports Media, my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my channel. I subscribe to your channel. Check out my website. Visit my website, cjsportsmedia.com. Man, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. I'm rocking my Falcons gear. Got on the hat, got on the shirt today. I'm loving this Deshaun Watson rumor. Everybody hit me up yesterday. Yo, what do you think, man? Have you heard about Watson? And oh yeah, I definitely heard about it, and I'm lit. Feeling like Christmas has came early for me. I woke up this morning feeling like a little kid on Christmas Day, ready and excited to hear Deshaun Watson to my Falcons. Nothing's confirmed yet, but I got a feeling that it's going to happen. I got a feeling Deshaun Watson is going to join my Atlanta Falcons for, a few reasons. He's from Georgia. He's been employed by the Atlanta Falcons as a ball boy. He, done things like laundry and, he done the Falcons laundry growing up. He, watched, the Falcons practice growing up, and he had a chance to talk to Arthur Blank, as a ball boy. You're doing a lot more than just, collecting footballs. I mean, I'm assuming you do a lot. Like I said, I've been reading a few articles, and he's done a lot for the Atlanta Falcons as a ball boy. Like I said, doing the laundry, throwing the football to Matt Ryan, and just hanging out with the Falcons growing up. So you put that into place. You put Deshaun Watson being from Georgia. That's home. No place like home is how I look at it. And I think it's great for him. It'd be a great thing for him to come to Atlanta and play for my Falcons, play for the home team, with a great opportunity to win a Super Bowl. Not just go to a Super Bowl, but win a Super Bowl. I really think it's going to happen. I really do. Like I said, I didn't thought we had a chance, but then I thought about it and I thought about it. So, you know what? Even though, it saved us, money after June 1st, if we get rid of Matt Ryan, I'm like, what if we was to get the deal done today and just make the deal official after June 1st? Because I know the, whole cap hit thing and, how that play out. Got to wait to, my Falcons got to wait till after June 1st to, if we was to get rid of Matt Ryan, we can save some money and stuff like that. But what if just verbally the deal is done today and after June 1st, we officially get Deshaun Watson? So that's the way I'm looking at it. That's the kind of feeling I have. And I'm excited. I'm excited, man. I was like, wow. Very surprised that my Falcons is finally open to trading Matt Ryan. I'm very surprised by that because, how many seasons? Some of us Falcon fans, we was like, looking at each other and, like, man, I think Matt Ryan time is up. No disrespect to Matt Ryan. I definitely respect what he did in Atlanta. He brought us to the Super Bowl, 2016 MVP. Don't get it twisted. This is not a bash Matt Ryan day or talk down on Matt Ryan just because, we could possibly get Deshaun Watson. But like I said, I'm not the only Falcon fan that feel this way about it's time for us to move on to Matt Ryan. And I know many people disagree. Many Falcon fans disagree with me. It's, hey, man, you crazy. And, it's not Ryan's fault. And, Ryan got at least 3-4 more years left. I'm on that mindset of I think it's time for my Atlanta Falcons to move on from Matt Ryan. Like I said, I got a feeling this is going to happen. When they do, you'll see another side of me. I'm going to be lit. I'm going to be crunk. You better keep your social media open because if this deal go down, I don't care if it go down today, tomorrow, or this weekend. I'm going to be lit on social media. I'm going to be excited to have Deshaun Watson. But like I said, I don't want to get too get my hopes up because anything can happen. He has been talking to the Saints. He talked with who else? The Panthers, Cleveland Browns, Eagles. Who knows? There could be another team that we don't even know about. So I don't want to get too excited, but like I said, I'm here. I got on my Falcons gear. I just feel like it's going to happen. I just do. Like I say, the home team, being a ball boy, being from Georgia, off the blank, and that'd be hard to turn down, for the, Deshaun Watson, your home team. You've worked there, growing up as a, kid and teenage. I mean, the facility, the state of Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Everything just makes sense. All right. But nothing's official until it's really official. So got to see what Deshaun Watson going to do. I just got a feeling he coming to my Falcons. All right. I want to dive in, man, and talk about Aaron Rodgers' payday that went down last week. $153 million guaranteed, $200 million contract. They got him for what, 4 years? Let's see. He's 38 years old. Yeah, they got him for 4 years. Well, first of all, I'm not really surprised that he stayed. I thought Aaron Rodgers just kind of really was putting on the front. I think all along he know what he wanted to do. He wanted to kind of play with Green Bay's mind, almost like some psychology. Hey, you better do this, or hey, I don't know what I'm going to do. I can go to Tennessee. I can go to Denver. I think all along Aaron Rodgers was never going to go nowhere. I think it was just a thing of stubborn. But all due respect to Aaron Rodgers, but I think the man is stubborn. You hear about it, and if you're a Packer fan, I mean, you got to see a little bit, if not all, where I'm coming from. I mean, look at the situation you all are in right now. Davante Adams already let it be known he's not playing on no franchise tag. He's not going to be playing on no franchise tag. He saw the Christian Kirk contract in Jacksonville. What was that? I had it right down somewhere here. Christian Kirk got what, 4 years, $72 million. Yeah, Christian Kirk from Arizona to Jacksonville. He's not a Jacksonville Jaguar, but he got his contract 4 years, $72 million. And you think Davante Adams, the best receiver on Green Bay, top 5 best receiver in the NFL, going to settle for a franchise tag? No. All right. And I'm thinking Aaron Rodgers and all the money he making. I'm like, man, he couldn't have took a pay cut or something. I mean, to make a big Super Bowl run, see what else you can bring in. Free agency. Who else could you bring in to help you and Davante Adams and Aaron Jones and Devondre Campbell? Green Bay, they got players. Okay. But I was more worried about hearing Aaron Rodgers took the $200 million, $150 million guarantee. What that do for Davante Adams? What that do for some big free agents or some key free agents that the Packers may need fill in? So if you're a Packer fan, you got to see that. I mean, yeah, it's all fun and games. It's exciting. You want to throw your party. You want to, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is back. But Davante, come on, man. He deserved to get paid too. I think that was a stubborn move by Aaron Rodgers. And I was very surprised. I remember watching Undisputed, and Greg Jennings was on Undisputed. I think it was it 2 weeks ago? He was talking about how, when him and Aaron Rodgers was in Green Bay together, I think he said he was in the locker room. And Aaron Rodgers told him, don't be the guy that don't be the guy that take all the money and, kind of just basically don't be selfish. Put the team first, championship mentality. And that's not what Aaron Rodgers is doing. By accepting this 4 years, $200 million deal, he's not doing that. He's not thinking about Davante Adams when he signed on the dotted line with the big payday. I thought that was messed up. And that's why I'm not confident Green Bay is going to have a Super Bowl run. I think it's going to be the same thing we saw this past season. They're going to dominate I can't even say they're going to dominate the regular season, because if you ain't got Davante Adams, you can hang it up. You don't have Davante Adams, you can hang it up. So, yeah, I'm just like, wow. Bro, I mean, yeah, Aaron Rodgers deserves to be paid, but to be the highest paid player in the league when you're 38 years old, and you got Davante Adams who's trying to get paid, you causing more problems by accepting all that money. You could have fixed something up where you don't get all the money. Now, I don't know how much money Green Bay have. Green Bay could have extra money. I don't know. But that contract, I'm sure Davante Adams is sitting back like, man, that could be me too. Kind of stubborn. kind of selfish. Without Davante Adams, I don't even think Green Bay have the even close to the year they had last season. Packer fans, you got to be with me on this. Without Davante Adams, I mean, who else you plugging in? All due respect, but this ain't Randall Cobb's, show no more. He ain't the show of Green Bay no more. He ain't, he's a, good receiver, slot receiver, but he can't take on that heavy load like Davante Adams. Come on now. I respect Randall Cobb. I like Randall Cobb, but he ain't on that, Davante Adams level. Let that sink in, man. That could really cause some problems with Green Bay. Even if Davante Adams do come back, who knows what he's thinking mentality. I was just surprised Aaron took all that money like that. I mean, remember how LeBron did it when he came to Miami? He was playing for less because he wanted to build a championship. He wanted to get a ring. And I don't know if Aaron Rodgers thinking this way because he already got a ring. But at the time, LeBron didn't, had a ring. When he was coming to Miami, he took less and made sure that he was able to get all the pieces they need, from shooters to rebounders to defenders. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how Aaron Rodgers is looking at that, but if I'm an athlete in any sport, I follow that format. Okay, I saw LeBron did this in Miami. They went to 4 finals, only won 2, but it was, nobody never say, oh, LeBron, he's selfish. Oh, he took all the money. No, LeBron let it be known. It was a pay cut. He took a pay cut, man. He had to make it work. It's all about winning championships, not a championship, but championships. I don't know if Aaron see it the same way. Really don't. Okay. All right. What I like about that Broncos and Seahawks trade also that went down last week, last week, Russell Wilson to the Broncos. I'm not really feeling the draft picks. I'm not going to lie to you. The draft picks, I can do without. But I do like Russell going to the Broncos. That's a new start. It's a fresh start. He has the opportunity to redeem himself because a lot of people were saying, oh, let Russ cook. But then it was like, oh, well, Pete Carroll at times did let Russ cook. And when Russ cooked, he didn't really did much. So, excuse me here, just wiping my face, kind of hot. But he didn't really did much. Yeah, man, like these lights is really beaming on my face. So if you see me with a black towel, that's just me wiping my face, man. These lights just really got me kind of lit, but not as lit as I'm going to be if I find out Watson coming to the, Atlanta Falcons, my Falcons. But yeah, I like Russell going to Denver. I think that's fresh start for him. I like Seattle bringing in Noah Fant. I was really surprised that, to tell you the truth, I was really surprised that Denver let go of Noah Fant. I mean, I would have loved to see what Russell Wilson and Noah Fant could do together, but we don't have that. I like they got a defensive lineman. I'm trying to think of his name. What's his name? Is it Shelby? Yeah, Shelby Harris. So Shelby Harris and Noah Fant, I like that move that Seattle got. Like I said, the draft picks, we just don't know what draft picks. That's the only thing about draft picks. You just don't know with it. Just don't know, man. It can go great. It can go good. It can be a bust. So that's the only thing with the draft picks. But I thought for the most part, both teams, I ain't going to say it's a fair deal, but it's a deal that agreeable. Russell is not like in his prime, but he's not washed yet either. So and you look at Noah Fant and Shelby Harris, those are good pieces. Okay. Now they did had what's crazy about this was Washington Commanders had the better deal. Now I thought that was crazy, but then again, I understand it. I think Washington had more higher picks to offer Denver. No, I'm sorry, Seattle. Washington had more picks to offer Seattle. But Seattle, knowing Russell Wilson, if they was to agree with the Commanders, because the Commanders had like higher draft picks to offer them. Way better than what Denver had. But how Pete Carroll and Seattle's office looking at this as if we agree with the Commanders to send Russell to Washington, we got to see him again. Okay. We may not see him twice a season, but we got to see him eventually. What if we mess around and make the playoffs and Russell Wilson's in our way? So it was smart thinking about Seattle. It was kind of hard, too, because, Washington Commanders was giving you more and higher, better picks. But at the same time, you trade inside your conference. Not your division, but your conference, where you can still possibly see Russell again in the playoffs. No, you send Russell to the AFC. And I believe, I don't know this to confirm, but the Commanders was one of the top teams on Russell's list, along with Broncos, too. But can you imagine Russ in Washington? That would have been dope. I mean, I think he's like from that area, right? Virginia, Maryland. So that would have been cool. But yeah, Shelby, Harris, Noah Fant, I like that. Drew Lock, I don't know. I still think Seattle needs to get a quarterback. I'm not really too sold on Drew Lock can be the guy. I think Seattle needs to still see what they can find first. But Noah Fant and Shelby Harris in Seattle, I like that. Russell Wilson in Denver, definitely an upgrade for Denver. They finally got a quarterback that they can really rely on and, they feel confident about, because all the other ones, I like the Teddy Bridgewater. I just think Denver really never gave him that 100% trust. But I think with Russell Wilson, it's totally different. Man, Calvin, really. You wipe my face on this one, man. Calvin, really. Very shocked to hear about the betting last week. Couldn't believe it. I was like, man, anytime, and some Falcon fans non-Falcon fans, people were saying a lot of negatively about Calvin Ridley. It was a lot of negativity about, he's finished anyway, or he'll never be a number one. He probably ain't going through nothing mentally. I've never been that way. When the report came out that Calvin really, needed a break, he told the Falcons he needed a break due to mental health. He had my utmost respect. I was like, I'm not even, doing nothing. I'm doing nothing negatively. I'm going to do nothing disrespectfully to talk about, why he can't be there, or why, because mental health is most important. Nothing is more important than your mental health. Nothing. I don't care what it is. Nothing is more important than your mental health. So when Calvin really came out and made that be known, what he was going through, I respected that. And I was like, however long it takes for him to get back, I'll be waiting and I'll be cheering on. And then, man, it all boils down about a week or 2 weeks ago, betting, and it started in November, and how the league found out because his name was registered. The NFL was in partnerships with a lot of sports betting programs, businesses, companies. And I was like, man, was really, really going through mental health, or was he just didn't want to play football anymore? I don't know. And I'm still not going to judge this man and roast this man and make memes like how I see people doing, because I'm not that type of person. It just really hurt my heart as a Falcon fan, because I trusted this man. I was confident enough in thinking that he was really getting his mental health together and being focused on maybe coming back this season here, if not, the remaining couple games last season. And gonna find out now he's suspended the entire 2022 season. He's eligible to be reinstated on my birthday, February 15th, 2023. That's when he can come back and get reinstated in the NFL. It's a mess, and it put my Falcons in a hot mess. I was really looking forward to seeing Ridley and Kyle Pitts grow together, to see what they can do. It's just got us in a mess. I saw that we lost Russell Gage yesterday to the Buccaneers. He's going to be signing with the Bucs. So it's just a lot of like wow and damn moments. Like, man, like what happened? What's going on? So yeah, but I was really shocked, disappointed to hear that, because I really thought Calvin really was out taking care of his mentals. Like I said, he could still be doing that, but betting or doing anything that would get him in trouble or cost him $11 million, I didn't see Calvin really getting in nothing like that. Man, couldn't believe it. Bobby Wagner let go from Seattle. Very surprised to hear that. His name hasn't been tied to anybody yet. But what I do know is all 32 teams can use a Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner can make anybody team, from good to great, to from bad to good. That's Bobby Wagner. I was like, wow, couldn't believe it. Khalil Mack to the Chargers. I'm feeling that. You got Bosa, you got Khalil Mack. Oh my God, the quarterbacks. You're gonna be running for your life, especially if both can stay healthy. That Chargers defense, man, they gonna be great. And I mean, the offense is already good. The Chargers, I'm looking for the Chargers to be a tough team next season. Justin Herbert is just looking better each game. He's gonna come back better than ever. If you're a Charger fan, you got to be loving what you're, seeing right now and what your team is doing right now. You really got to love, getting a Khalil Mack. Can't think of the other corner name, but you guys actually just got a top corner in the league that came from New England. Can't think of his name right now, but like I said, Bosa, Mack, and that corner, you guys already got a pretty good, decent, solid secondary. I can't wait to see how great that defense can do when all 11 are healthy on that defensive side of the ball. Man, Cowboys and Amari Cooper. I was really shocked to see the Cowboys let go of Amari Cooper. I feel like he was kind of like that veteran. You already had CeeDee Lamb and you had Cedric Wilson Jr., who's now with the Dolphins, and you had Michael Gallup, who really couldn't stay healthy. But I was like, wow, they got rid of Amari Cooper. Who's next in line? I've been hearing some rumors about Antonio Brown. I got respect for, AB, but I don't think that's a smart decision. I mean, who knows? AB may come in there with the mentality as I'm better than CeeDee Lamb. I'm better than Michael Gallup. And you don't want that. He basically said that when he left Tampa, right? He was, he said all due respect, something like that. But he was like, he's better than Evans. And I was like, wow. I mean, how could you be in Tampa that long and say you better than Evans and you better than Gronk? And I was just like, wow. I mean, I couldn't believe I heard that, like, man, I was like, man, so bringing him to Dallas, you gotta be careful. You're a Cowboy fan, you want AB, just be careful because he can tear up your locker room. But I really didn't see Dallas getting rid of Amari. I mean, we know it was, talks about it, but I feel like that's going to really put them a step or two back. Okay. That's going to put them a step or two back because Amari Cooper, he ain't a speedster, but he can get open. He can run routes. And I'm sure Dak and Amari had a chemistry that we probably got robbed out of. I mean, we probably could have seen some more big plays from Dak to Amari. A lot of those Dak to Amari plays, man, I like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man. But we'll see what happens in Cleveland. We will see what happens in Cleveland. They already have a situation with Baker and, all that's going on. But, man, I was like, wow, Cowboys literally just kind of put a dent in a receiver corps. Cedric Wilson now is he with the Dolphins? No, the Jaguars. Yeah, Cedric Wilson Jr. to the Jaguars. Now, I thought he was definitely on the rise. I'm talking to a few Cowboy fans, and a lot of them didn't really felt like I felt. They was like, he's still a third, second string type of guy. But I'm like, man, this man can make some plays. I ain't saying he's a number one receiver, but he can be a two and develop into a one. But the Jaguars is, like I said, they got money to blow. I mean, they buying. I mean, well, I ain't gonna say buying players, but they spending that money to get them players in. So watch out for the Jaguars, man. All right. Now, would I like to see my Falcons get Jarvis Landry? Yes, Jarvis Landry. I always call him Jarvis Landry. I don't know why I do that. But is it Jarvis Landry? I'm going to say Jarvis Landry. Yes, I would definitely love to see my Falcons get Jarvis Landry. I think he can be a good addition with Kyle Pitts. And like I said, I don't know what we're going to do with Ridley. I don't know if we're going to keep Ridley on board or we're going to go elsewhere, but we'll see, man. Okay, we will see, but yes, I would definitely love to have a Jarvis Landry in Atlanta. I mean, he's a veteran. He's not like old, like he's not like an old school veteran, but he could come in there and lead the young receivers, lead a young tight end like Kyle Pitts, talk to Cordell Patterson, who's a running back and a wide receiver. He can do that. And I would love to see it. I really would. All right, Spurs and Coach Pop. I want to get to that in a second. Coach Pop was doing great things, man. He done some great things. He's the most, got the most wins out of, the NBA as far as head coaches. I'm going to talk about that in a sec. But cannot let go of that Steelers and Mitchell Trubisky. Steelers and Mitchell Trubisky, I felt like I ain't gonna say it won't work. I just feel like it don't fit. You're talking about Ben Roethlisberger, okay, who just left. I'm thinking Matt Ryan replaced Ben Roethlisberger. Jameis Winston replaced Ben Roethlisberger, but Mitchell Trubisky, I don't know how it's going to work out. I just think, in that AFC North, right? Yeah, AFC North, it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. And you got to be able to compete with Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow. And, that's, I guess I'm not sure what Cleveland's going to do with Baker, but I thought Pittsburgh could have done a little bit better, but, we'll see. Maybe they add some more pieces in Pittsburgh. And maybe Mitchell Trubisky just can be a game manager quarterback. Who knows? We'll see. I just don't think it's a good fit. Not saying it's going to, it's not going to work. I just think you could have get out and got a Jameis Winston. You could have went out and got a Matt Ryan. I don't know. All right, man. Coach Pop. Let's talk about Coach Pop being the most, top coach with the most wins. What he was at, 1,000 was it 1,000 and was it 336, 1,336, I believe. I'm not sure where he at now because that broke last week. So, but hey, what we do know is he got the most wins out of, all the NBA head coaches. I mean, just to hear that alone, Coach Pop got five championships, started that Spurs dynasty. That's great, man. Yeah, I want to say it was like 1,336 wins, but like I said, he got the most wins in the league out of all coaches. He's a top most winningest coach. Will the record be broken? Maybe, but I mean, this is something to just sit back and be like, man, Coach Pop, look what he did with the Spurs, man, and just it was a system with the Spurs. I can remember one time, man, a few years back, I was, you probably was, you probably know people that was. I definitely know people that was. Comparing the Spurs to like the Patriots. Like, remember when the Patriots were winning all these Super Bowls and everybody was like, oh, the Patriots is boring and I don't like the way how they win. I can remember people saying that about the Spurs. Like, oh, the Spurs always get back into the finals. Oh, the finals was boring. The Spurs not fun. They don't have that like star player, but that's what made them great. That's what made Coach Pop great. He turned them into a dynasty without really having that, that dominant star. It was team ball. It was a system. It was Pop is going to play a zone, or Pop is going to guard LeBron like this, or Pop is going to defend the Lakers like that. Pop always had schemes on how to stop you, and it turned into 5 championships. So to hear that he is a top, coach, when it comes to wins, he got the most wins. That's amazing. That's great. That's successful, man. And, regardless of whether the record be broken or not, Coach Pop reached it first. Well, no, was it Coach Nelson? Well, Coach Nelson, then Coach Pop passed Coach Nelson, but records are meant to be broken. But when records do get there, we should be talking about it, not worrying about, who's going to be the next coach to break it. Amazing, man. Amazing. Baseball is back, and I'm not feeling too great about it, especially with Freddie Freeman looking like he's going to leave my Atlanta Braves and go on to anywhere but Dodgers. I hope, please don't go to the LA Dodgers, Freddie Freeman, man. That would, man. I would be jealous. I would be mad. I don't like the Dodgers. I feel like the Dodgers already got enough all-stars and talent already. You don't need a Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts and Kershaw on the same team. Come on now. Don't do that. I don't like the fact that Freddie, hasn't came out yet and say he's going to stay with us. And I believe that's why my Braves went out and got Matt Olson from the Oakland A's. We already paid Matt Olson. So when I got that news, I was like, okay, I'm assuming we're not going to have Freddie Freeman back. I mean, why would we go out and sign a first baseman, Matt Olson, when we still waiting on Freddie? Maybe Freddie already informed the Braves, hey, I'm not coming back, but that's just how I feel. I don't think he's coming back. Haven't read anything. I haven't talked or confirmed it with anybody, but I just don't think he's coming back. And yeah, man, like it hurts a little bit because we love Freddie, man. Brave Nation, we love Freddie. I always thought Freddie was kind of comparable to Chipper Jones. I mean, I'm not about to get into a debate about that, but I just like the way he carries himself and, you hear him talk and, how he lead in the press conferences and how he leads on the field. I was like, man, this dude reminds me of Chipper Jones, but I never thought Freddie would leave us. I mean, especially that amazing year we had this past season, becoming World Series champions and all that we've been through from the year before, being up 3-1 on the Dodgers and having the Dodgers come back and break our hearts. So that's why I'm like, look, man, if Freddie's going to leave, I understand it's a business, but don't go to the Dodgers, man. We've been through hell with them. Don't do that. I mean, you talking about bitter and mean and spicy Brave fans that will start drawing attention? Yes. Now, I won't be one of them. I will be pissed off, though. I will be pissed. I will say that. Because I don't want that to happen. But Matt Olson, I'm excited. Like I said, he's an all-star. He's done some great things for the Oakland A's. So it's not like we just getting a downgrade from Freddie. I mean, I ain't saying Matt Olson is Freddie, but at least we got a replacement. And I'm sure we only got the replacement because Freddie ain't coming back. That's the way I see it. All right. But it's still go Braves regardless who's with the Braves, who with my Braves or not. If you own the Braves, playing for my Braves, I'm cheering for you. So welcome Matt Olson to Atlanta Braves. And we hope to have you for a good while. I think it's like an 8-year deal. So let's see how it plays out. My South Carolina Gamecocks, we let go, fired Coach Frank Martin. And we're at the 10 seasons, overall record, 171 wins, 142 losses. He's out the SEC. He basically not coaching no team right now. It bothered me a little bit because but at the same time, I understand why we had to let go of, I understand why we had to let go of Frank Martin. I truly do. You look at, and, what the Lady Gamecocks is doing. That's where I noticed it at. The Lady Gamecocks, all the success, Coach Don Staley, success after success, winning always, in the tournaments, SEC tournaments, national tournaments. Eventually, it was going to be to a point where, look, if Coach Frank Martin can't match Don Staley's success, at least in the SEC, eventually he will be out, But 10 seasons, 171 wins, 147 losses. He put us in the Final Four in 2017. That was a great run in 2017, by the way. Defeated, who was it? That was a upset Florida. Who wasn't it? No, it was Duke. Yeah, Duke, Baylor, and Florida. Yeah, upset Duke, Baylor, and Florida to go to the Final Four in 2017. So, he took us. Actually, that was our first Final Four appearance. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, Frank Martin took us to the Final Four. He took us to our first ever Final Four. So let's keep that in mind. This is a man that gave his all at Gamecock Nation. 171 wins and 147 losses in 10 seasons. 2017 Final Four appearance, upsetting Duke, Baylor, and Florida. Come on now. I like that. Not sure where we're going to go and get next, who's going to be our next coach, but I'm going to miss Frank Martin, and I definitely will appreciate Frank Martin. Okay? I appreciate Frank Martin. Thank you for what you did for South Carolina Gamecocks. But like I said, when you got the Lady Gamecocks and all their success and what they're doing, you will be compared to what, Don Staley and the Lady Gamecocks is doing. And I think that's what really went down. It just to a point where, man, the Lady Gamecocks is in these tournaments and they winning. Frank Martin and the, men Gamecocks, what are they doing? And it's pressure. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Frank Martin probably not going to say it, but I'm sure it was pressure, man. It had to have been pressure. Just realizing and knowing all the success that Don Staley is achieving at South Carolina. And, you know, the same Lady Gamecock fans are men Gamecock fans. I mean, those are my teams, Lady Gamecocks and men Gamecocks. So I know at times I compare like, man, I wish the men Gamecocks would do what the Lady Gamecocks is doing, but it was bound to happen. And even the next coach that gets hired to coach the men's, Gamecocks, it's going to be pressure. It's going to be pressure. And you're going to have to win now and make a deep run in the SEC tournament and get to the national, tournament, March Madness. That's how it's going to be. But like I said, you got Don Staley and the Gamecocks doing all this greatness over there. You got to either match it or either pass it. And if not, I don't know. Hell, I don't think the next coach of the Gamecocks get 10 seasons. I mean, Frank Martin got 10 seasons. I don't think the next coach get 10 seasons. I say that minimum, maybe 5. And after 5, if you ain't doing nothing, who knows? College basketball is, the tournament, man. Teams want to be in a tournament. Fans, we want our teams to be in a tournament. We want to travel and cheer for our teams. That's the way I see it. But like I said, I still appreciate what Frank Martin did in 10 seasons, 171 wins, 142 losses, 2017 Final Four appearance. I love it. I respect it. All right. And speaking of March Madness tournament, man, I'm not sure about you, but I haven't filled out any bracket yet. So I don't have a men's winner yet, but I do have a women, of course, South Carolina Gamecocks. Now, I haven't filled out any bracket yet, but I can tell you off the rip, I'm going with my South Carolina Gamecocks women, South Carolina Gamecock lady team to win the women's, March Madness. The men's, I'm still deciding. I think I got to tomorrow. I think does March Madness officially starts tonight or tomorrow? I'm not sure officially when it starts, but I need to get on it. I need to get on it and start scheming and doing some studying so I can really figure out who I want to roll with. And I'll probably announce that on Twitter or either talk about it. Yeah, more like I announce it on Twitter. But Lady Gamecocks for the March Madness women's tournament, and for the men's, I'll have it figured out either today, tonight, early tomorrow. But yeah, man, that's all I have. Again, thank you for listening and thank you for downloading. I really appreciate it. Listening to my podcast, Clarence Sports Talkative Jones, YouTube, Clarence Jones Sports Media. Subscribe to my channel. I'll subscribe to yours. You on Twitter, send me a follow. I'll follow you back at _Clarence Jones. Visit my website, cjsportsmedia.com. All right. Meanwhile, I'm going to get back, man, and do some calls and check my emails and figure out what's the situation with Deshaun Watson. I'm praying he joins my Falcons. I feel like he will, but only time will tell. Also, my March Madness brackets, I'm going to be getting on that and filling that out, both of them, and I'll let you know what the deal is. Have a great day. Be safe. Have a sports day. All right. Peace.